Golly. Oh! Military. Aliens. They're among us. They've arrived. We're watching Arrival today. What is going on, gang? It's your boy Taco. So I quickly read the synopsis of Arrival. A couple ships from some alien planet land on Earth, and you know, I guess it's up to us to like determine what's going on with them and stuff like that. So I guess the big catch in this movie isn't like Signs, where you know we're trying to figure out are aliens among us. Like they've actually shown up here. Maybe there's a different twist or something going on in this movie. I'm excited to see it. A lot of people have been telling me to watch this for probably about a year now. But I took some time off from movies just because my eyes were so bad that I couldn't stand watching something so long. But we're here now. Let's get to it. I'm just gonna do my checks and we're gonna check out Arrival. Short and sweet. Shout out to my patrons. Appreciate, love each and every one of y'all. YouTube, shout out to y'all as well too. If you want early access to anything that I'm watching, it is on Patreon. No pressure though. I know how it is.
Memory is a strange thing. It doesn't work like I thought it did. We are so bound by time. By its order.
She looked really gray at first.
Come back to me.
Stick 'em up.
Are you the sheriff in this here town? You better run.
They already draw you in.
I remember moments in the middle.
I love you. I hate you.
Oh, she's sick.
And this was the end.
Yo, we're starting rough. Can you imagine going to the theater, a parent who's lost a kid? Like you'd be like, this is where we're starting off?
Come back to me, come back to me. But now I'm not so sure I believe in beginnings and endings. There are days that define your story beyond your life. Like the day they arrived.
The same day that her daughter passed is the same day these aliens landed here. That's crazy. The beginning of the movie starts like that. But I like that also. If you're new to my channel, I pause a lot, I talk a lot, I like to discuss movies. If you're not into that, you probably want to skip through this or check out somebody else. Sorry. So I like that we did get to see, you know, bits and pieces into her life, but also like her cycle ended exactly where it began, in her mother's arms, on her mother's side in a hospital, and it ended just like that too, as well. Poetic, sad or not, it was a pretty poetic scene. Let's see how this unfolds with what her mom is saying now about how like their arrival kind of ties into the daughter and her perception of time being different and things like that. So maybe the aliens are I theorize a lot, maybe the aliens are able to show some different way of time manipulation, or there's not truly an end in the beginning, it's all a continuous evolving thing on some Neil deGrasse type shit, you know?
Good morning.
Or we go to the classroom.
Where
She's
is
a teacher
everyone?
too.
Today we are talking about Portuguese and why it sounds so different from the other Romance languages.
Everybody's phone's going crazy.
Any news you want to share?
Dr. Banks, can you turn the TV to a news channel?
The object apparently touched down 40 minutes ago just north of I-94. More objects like this have landed in as many as 8 other locations around the world. This is from a site in
Hokkaido! Japan, I love Hokkaido.
Class is dismissed.
That's crazy, I've actually been there. That would be a sight, dude. It would feel like Doomsday.
For now, we're simply asking for cooperation while authorities assess the object. We're coordinating with other countries. We're not the only ones to have one of these in our backyard.
If this is some sort of peaceful first contact, why send 12? Why not just one?
People would be asking silly questions that we can't answer like that.
I'm watching the same news coverage you are. Please don't bother with that channel. How many times do I have to tell you those people are idiots? Mom, I'm fine.
About her daughter.
Okay, I'll call you later.
She does seem like the only person that's just completely numb to even the arrival of aliens.
Yeah, now the objects measure at least 1,500 feet tall.
2 are reported to have penetrated Russian airspace, 1 in Siberia and the
Oh, they started shooting them, huh?
12 unidentified objects spread across the globe.
That would be the only thing the world would be talking about, and we'd all become unified instantaneously. A lot of shots to really let you know the emptiness, but how alone she really feels as well too.
The ATF has put a temporary ban on new gun licenses, forcing many independent suppliers of hunting equipment and firearms to close their doors to the public.
I'm Colonel G.T. Weber.
Oh, they know her.
We never formally met, but 2 years ago you did some Farsi translations for Army intelligence.
Oh.
You made quick work of those insurgent videos. You are on the top of everyone's list when it comes to translations.
That's why.
I have something I need you to translate for me.
Oh, how is she gonna translate that? Not.
Mal,
So how would you approach translating this?
I don't know.
So what can you tell me?
Not
I
much.
can tell you that it's impossible to translate from an audio file. I would need to be there to interact with them.
Alien.
Tell me what I'm doing.
I'm not taking you to Montana. It's all I can do to keep it from turning into a tourist site for everybody who has a TS clearance.
I'm just telling you what it would take to do this job.
If I leave here, your chance is gone. Good day.
Colonel, you mentioned Berkeley. Are you going to ask Danvers next? Before you commit to him, ask him the Sanskrit word for war and its translation.
They came back to our house. Disturbing the peace. Just gonna land in her front yard?
On it.
Colonel?
Gaveston. He says it means an argument. What do you say it means?
A desire for more cows. Give me 20 minutes?
Take off in 10.
Military.
Language is the foundation of civilization. It is the glue that holds the people together. It is the first weapon drawn in a conflict. Well, the cornerstone of civilization isn't language, it's science.
How about we just talk to them before we start throwing math problems at them?
Imagine getting the call to go and do this. Golly. That's otherworldly. Above the clouds by a whole bunch.
Put these on, you're gonna wear them at all times.
And give you an immunization dose that covers a battery of bacterial threats. Either of you claustrophobic?
No.
Pregnant?
No.
So you may experience some side effects, nausea, dizziness, headaches, the ringing in your ears like you have tinnitus.
So far, the military portion seems very militant.
You see what's happening?
Very much so. They got everybody looking super busy and everything.
When gravity starts to shift and slide us out of the room.
Have you found a scientific explanation for it?
The air doesn't seem to circulate inside the chamber, so after about 2 hours, we run out of oxygen.
It doesn't take 18 hours to pump fresh air into a room.
If their atmosphere is different from Earth, it would certainly take hours to rebalance their O2 content and pressure for us every time they open their door.
So you're saying they could suffocate us if they wanted?
So they want to speak. They want to talk.
We can't tell what they're saying when they respond to hello. So don't get ahead of yourself.
You just told them to go ask them all this other.
It's a pleasure. Dr. Banks is taking over the mission from Dr. Walker. It's a 15-minute one. You scuba dive before?
What kind of radiation exposure are we walking into?
Nominal. These are just for safety. There's a wall, like a glass wall. You can't get to them.
So what do they look like?
Right? Like the build up to seeing them is amazing too. Like you actually feel what these characters feel like. Going to the scene, you gotta take all these meds before you get there. You need to be in the suits. Can we breathe if we go in there? Like, what do they look like?
Hold up in the second vehicle.
She can barely breathe. He's excited. She finna pass out. They showed up on a plate. And it's levitating? Come on, that's awesome. I love that it's so foreign, but it almost seems like something you've seen before too. It just looks like a big smooth stone, you know? But it's like just the sheer size of it is just like, it makes it so foreign to you. And that it's floating. The first people that went up there had to be like, what are we doing? Can you imagine all the things you think you're about to see? Like a xenomorph or something crazy, something with a huge head. You gotta trust that thing not to fall on you too. Cause you can't communicate with him at any time. Who knows if you piss him off. It didn't come down.
Yeah, that just happened.
So you can walk. You gonna fly up there? That's dope as. They're really playing off the curiosity and need for like adventure and stuff like that. And it's so much so that you have to just trust. Like, look at how much trust you have to give this unknown entity to try and discover and know and things like that, because that's so not supposed to be possible on our planet. Walking like up, like whatever they're doing, you know what I'm saying?
You can do this. Come on.
I think.
Oh, this didn't give a f. He said, "Get your up there."
Grab her.
Cause you just have to. Right? Like I gotta look back at this. Like what? Oh, are they getting further away?
Everybody move out.
Cause you have to be thinking too, like, how do we get back? So much unsaid that's there, that's palpable, that you can feel. Cause you don't know what you're even gonna see. Birds and different.
What happens now?
We try and communicate. Dude sounds ginormous. You could be thinking like they might try and leave with us, all kind of. You don't know. They're like octopuses.
Dr. Banks, you can start.
Start what? Now that you've done it one time, you know you want to go back, right? Oh.
Am I fired?
You're better than the last guy.
That doesn't make me feel any better.
You both have till 0200 hours to figure something out.
Okay, what happens then?
We go back.
You go back in.
And then I forgot to even mention you got to feel the pressure of the world wanting you to figure this out for you. Not a state, not a country, the world. Are they talking like just cooing sounds?
Across the U.S. today in the wake of the 12 landings.
And this is what I meant about the pressure of the world. Chaos around the world while y'all are trying to decode vibrations. You know?
We're up in 15. You got any new intel?
Yeah, we've been playing back some of their sounds.
Where does that get you?
Well, they play audio back at us from an unseen source. We have nothing.
Everybody's hitting the wall. At least they're not attacking. Cause who knows, like, she's gonna take that board.
9 minutes to shell access.
She's gonna simplify it.
What's that for?
A visual aid. Look, I'm never going to be able to speak their words if they are talking. But they might have some sort of written language or basis for visual communication.
Then we can try and decode that. I like Forrest in this. He's like, I'm down. Okay.
Human.
Get closer. There you go.
Human. I'm human. What are you?
Like talking to a baby almost. Ah, you gotta be terrified. One of those fools trying to snatch you up, right? They're leaving? Oh, they're leaving. Don't leave with us in this. Oh, you got like ink like squids. That is clean as fuck. How the f you did? She did something.
Are you hitting this? Yes, sir. It's uploading back to base camp.
Human.
What the f is that now? Those are their names probably or some.
Okay, slow down.
I don't want to take away from your success in there. But Dr. Banks, is this really the right approach? Trying to teach him how to speak and read?
Shut up!
Faster.
Thank you. Stand on what you're doing.
I have to explain to a room full of men whose first and last question.
Military. Oh man, they have added that element. That is
Kangaroo.
What is that?
Pointed at the animals that hop around and put their babies in their pouch, and he asked what they were, and the Aborigine said kangaroo.
And the point is?
It wasn't until later that they learned that kangaroo means I don't understand. So I need this so that we don't misinterpret things in there, otherwise it's gonna take 10 times as long.
I can sell that for now.
It's a good story.
Thanks. It's not true. It proves my point.
how y'all gonna decode that though?
They can't seem to follow our algebra, but complex behaviors. That clicks.
Well, that doesn't make any sense at all, does it? You met General Shang? Call sign for him is Big Domino. Whatever Shang does, at least 4 other nations will follow.
You have a vocabulary list for me?
I do.
You're gonna teach them your name and Ian's.
Then introduce pronouns later.
Eat, walk. Help me understand.
You gotta start small, dude.
Oh, no, not the top.
Okay, this is where you want to get to, right?
That is the question.
Okay. First, we need to make sure that they understand what a question is. Request for information along with a response. We need to clarify the difference between a specific you and a collective you, because we don't want to know why Joe Alien is here. We want to know why they all landed. To have enough vocabulary with them that we understand their answer.
Stick to your list. Don't add anything to it.
He's feeling the pressure too. It's the whole movie, like the arrival of them staying with it. That's awesome. Like I'm figuring we're gonna have like big time skips, but it seems like it's really just us trying to communicate with these dudes. Is the bird still necessary? You drew that one before, right?
Is that a new symbol? I can't tell.
I don't know. I think it's a symbol for human again. It just has a little curl on the end. Maybe to indicate a question. I don't know.
I think they're getting confused.
Dr. Banks.
She's got to figure all this shit out. Like how?
Dr. Banks?
It's okay, baby.
Screw it.
Hey, what are you doing?
Yeah, fine.
Shane?
They need to see me.
She's taking off her hat,
They need to see me.
That is scary. They look like they can crush you any second. Whoa, that's scary as scared the out of me.
Now that's a proper introduction.
Okay.
Louise. I am Louise. Ian, you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah.
Louise.
Screw it.
Because even the aliens were...
Ian.
Louise. Who are you?
Because they think independently, it looks like. Those are their names.
I think those are their names.
They have names.
So what are we gonna call them?
I don't know.
Because how do we say that?
I like it.
Wow. Because so far, like, they don't want to hurt anybody. Yet, you know, they just seem as apprehensive as we are.
Directly ahead to decontamination tent.
Y'all two would have to be quarantined immediately, though. Are you sick?
I know.
A horse. Are they giving her memories? Dude, hold up. Because they started off, and then also their names are like, if those are their names, they're like circles. You know, like our names are traditionally up and down. This is a crazy theory. They're like up and down lines, so like they have an ending and a beginning. But the way they do their shit is like it's a continuous, like a loop of time. And she said, like, when her daughter died, I thought you were gone or this and this and that. But she connected it to the arrival of the aliens. And then when she's having this little flashback, like it hit her so hard, like she like kind of crumbled to the ground. It didn't look like she was just having a regular flashback. It's like something had happened to her that was influenced by something else. Then the horse that was there looked like it was one of those creatures too, and then morphed into the shape of a horse. So are they giving her, I'm just telling y'all how my, right or wrong, I'm just telling y'all how my brain came to that conclusion. So I feel like that could kind of be what's going on. Like I was saying early on, like time doesn't really exist to them, maybe.
Well, I guess I don't need to tell you you're putting yourself at risk. Well, there's no signs of radiation poisoning yet. For now, I'm gonna give you another boost.
It's the first time we've made significant progress.
We'll take the risk.
Honey, it's not gonna happen.
Don't let that be foreshadowing. Why is she getting all these memories like this right now? Are they telling her stuff that's in her own memory? Yeah, they're not just visiting. They're I don't know.
Here are some of the many things we don't know about heptapods. Greek, hepta-7, pod, foot, 7 feet. Who are they? Trying to answer this in any meaningful way is hampered by the fact that outside being able to see them and hear them, the heptapods leave absolutely no footprint. The chemical composition of their spaceship is unknown. The shell emits no waste, no gas, no radiation.
Sounds cool.
Assuming that the shells communicate with each other, they do so without detection. The air between the shells is untroubled by sonic emission or light wave.
Wow.
Are they scientists or tourists?
What if they're like in the fourth dimension or something?
They don't seem to ask a lot of questions. Why did they park where they did? The world's most decorated experts can't crack that one. The next most plausible theory is that Sheena Easton had a hit song at each of these sites in 1980, so we just don't know. The first breakthrough was to discover that there's no correlation between what a heptapod says and what a heptapod writes.
Oh, so they've been at it for a while. They are learning with each other.
Their writing is semisiographic. It conveys meaning, it doesn't represent sound. Perhaps they view our form of writing as a wasted opportunity, passing up a second communications channel. A logogram is free of time. Their written language has no forward or backward direction.
That's what I was saying.
Linguists call this nonlinear orthography. Is this how they think?
Like there's no ending or beginning. Like
imagine you wanted to write a sentence using two hands starting from either side. You would have to know each word you wanted to use as well as how much space that it would occupy. A heptapod can write a complex sentence in 2 seconds, effortlessly. It's taken us a month to make the simplest reply. Expanding vocabulary. Louise thinks it could easily take another month to be ready for that.
So they've just been here. At some point, you would think the rest of the world would just go back to normal life as they wait out whatever they're trying to figure out with these visitors.
You approach language like a mathematician. You know that, right?
I will take that as a compliment.
Yeah, well, it is. I guess that's why I'm single.
Trust me, you can understand communication and still end up single.
Mm.
I feel like everything that happens in there comes down to the two of us.
So I was talking about that pressure.
First photograph of the aliens goes viral.
Goes viral.
800,000 march on Washington to protest the government's handling of the crisis.
Oh, here we go with the pressure on them.
What if the smartest thing we could do right now would be to give them a show of force? I'm talking about a shot across the bow.
No, you cannot be getting that in your head. You cannot be getting that in your head, dude. If this guy goes and does something stupid to these heptapods, what is that she's hearing?
What's this word?
Hearing her daughter. They're trying to communicate to her through her memories or something.
We had to make up our own TV show.
I love a theory. Because maybe it happened when she put her hand on that glass.
To be sad that your dad
I
and
know. I'm not. It's just a cartoon. Not real.
Louise? All right?
Tell him what's happening.
I'm not sure it's something I can explain.
They are, oh my God, I feel like I need to tell myself to shut up, but I feel like they're communicating to her through her memories. Oh, it made me cry now. Maybe they can feel her pain.
How you feeling?
I need some sleep, but I'm fine. It's the theory that the language you speak determines how you think, and
so maybe she's.
Are you dreaming in their language?
I've had a few dreams, but I don't think that makes me unfit to do this job.
Like they're in her mind, but I don't think in a bad way, but they're really trying to communicate to her, like directly.
Do you know Mandarin?
I don't have anybody else around that knows Mandarin?
Belongs to China's military chief, General Shang.
He finna try and fire on these aliens or something.
He's saying that each of the 12 is offering advanced technology. Our science team is attempting to decode the sets. Sets, I don't know what that means. Something about advantage, suits, honor, and flowers.
I don't know what it means either. An hour ago, China mobilized forces, and now Russia's following suit.
Uh-oh.
Shang's about to start something.
Suits,
Honor, flowers. Colonel, those are all tile sets in mahjong. God, are they using a game to converse with their heptapods? Every conversation would be a game, every idea expressed through opposition. Victory, defeat. You see the problem?
We need to ask the big question. Ready or not?
Yeah, because everybody else isn't playing against on the same terms you're playing on. It's almost like, I don't want to say they're children, but they're so not used to the way our world works that they can be, with human exposure, it can become problematic to what these aliens even are. Exposing it to our corrupted minds.
Heptapod's purpose. Purpose, Earth, what is your purpose? Okay, there you are.
I don't think they even really need that to communicate with you. She can read it?
What does it say?
Offer weapon.
But you saw what they wrote.
Using a word they don't fully
Chrissy, just
understand.
a warning.
Enough.
We don't know if they understand the difference between a weapon and a tool. Our language, like our culture, is messy, and sometimes one can be both.
And it's quite possible that they're asking us to offer them something, not the other way around.
So how do we clarify their intentions?
Well, I go back in. Right away, we go back in and we clear this up.
It's more complicated than that.
How is it more complicated than that?
Colonel, the Secretary of Defense is on the line for you.
It's getting f***ed up. Other people got it all wish-washy and...
So we aren't sharing it with our enemies. We have to consider the idea that our visitors are prodding us to fight among ourselves until only one faction prevails.
There's no evidence of that.
Sure there is. Just grab a history book. The British with India, the Germans with Rwanda.
They're not of us.
We're a world with no single leader. It's impossible to deal with just one of us. And with the word weapon now.
It's crazy how the introduction of a chess game and what humanity does with defeat and victories and different things like that, just a simple game, but in the hands of all these world leaders, or not world leaders, but these different leaders around the world and stuff like that, it's became the aliens who, for all extensive purposes, are not combative, haven't tried to fight us, haven't did anything to us, have even allowed us to come into their airspace and make sure we can still breathe while we're in there, right? Now it's turned into just being around us for so long has made it diluted into they might be trying to cause some war or something like that. But I feel like they're not limited to our rationale. Like I think they're right. They're not thinking like that. They're not thinking about making us go to war and stuff like that. It's just our doing. It's almost a bigger saying to what our world truly, like what Earth really is, what we do down here. That is our history. That is what we do. We do that. So let's see how this goes. I'm a little sad now.
China and Russia are off the grid. They aren't speaking to anyone. Whatever they learned in their last session has them spooked. We have orders to do the same.
Wait, these are our allies.
Colonel, you can't shut us down. Put us on radio silence.
Do it.
We received a message from the Damn it! We need to be talking to each other.
You want to talk to them? Find out what this means.
We don't trust each other. Look at how we're all getting... Yeah, that's what this movie is really showing. How disconnected we all are.
Use weapon. This is the alien message said to have provoked the Chinese government to withdraw their scientists from the international mission today.
No.
In a statement, General Shang said, China no longer trusts the aliens who want to divide us. Humanity must be protected. China has asked for immediate talks at the UN.
If they wanted to do anything, they would have already tried to do it. I'm pissed because I don't think the aliens even understand being bad or something like that. Even the interpretation that we have of aliens now is just based off what we would think they would be doing, trying to kill us and throwing acid at us and all this other shit. Like, these aliens have been chilling the whole entire time. They haven't affected the planet. They haven't affected the weather. They haven't done anything. They didn't even hit the ground.
Can't go in Just need to ask one question.
Dr. Banks, the session is finished. You can't go back in. It's dangerous.
Look, we just need 5 minutes. Don't sweat it.
Marks, let him go.
We've been attempting to hail Captain Marks. The escort units are not responding, sir.
Why not? Said security.
Offer a weapon. Question mark. Are you offering us something?
Technology, apparatus, method.
Yeah, see, this is a different word. This segment, it's a lot busier.
Give technology now.
What's he doing?
Oh, what the what the Does he know? Did he know this is happening?
Okay, this is it. Buckle up. We just need to hold off until it's done.
They're gonna try and shoot him. You. They're gonna kill these aliens. See, yes, he's connected to you.
Heaven wants me to ride on the barrier.
They were connected since he did that. But I don't think he's... Is he just projecting memories or is he taking her there? Oh, they done taught you how to fucking write. What the f? They done made a word together?
What is that?
Idiots. Yeah, they didn't want to hurt y'all. They just had to push y'all out of there. Did it blow them up? There's no way they got blown up.
How is Ian?
Same as you. He's okay.
Who did this?
Some soldiers. I've been watching too much TV to figure out whatever it is you were giving up there.
She's giving like memories or something.
The feed wasn't interrupted by the explosion. I'm gonna need my team, get together with Louise's team. I need everybody working on this.
We cannot leave. We need to go back in and we need to explain to them that this wasn't our fault.
We can't
have
go
to
back
tell them.
inside.
We have to.
What happened in there was an attack. We may have to evacuate.
No, that's the wrong move. As long as they stay, we have to stay.
The balance has been upset. Oh, they're leaving. Or they just moved higher into the sky.
We're not leaving.
Why does this feel worse?
China is on the offensive. They're positioning their military to blow the alien vessel right out of the sky. And if this happens, we can't sit around waiting for retaliation. So get prepared. The Air Force and infantry are standing by.
Tonight, China becomes the first world power to declare war against the aliens.
It's so idiotic.
24 hours to leave Chinese territory or face destruction. And he urged all other world leaders to unite with China and take a similar stance.
Miscommunication, everything lost in translation. Nobody speaking to each other.
To be following China's lead.
The news reports, how this stuff circulates and goes out. It's just really speaking to how we as a population just don't know how to do shit.
What's this term here? Mom, what's this term for that thing, like a technical term, where we make a deal and we both get something out of it? Like, it's a competition, but both sides end up happy.
Like a win-win.
More sciencey than that.
If you want science, call your father.
Please figure it out.
You cracked something, didn't you?
Take a look at this section. It seems to be talking about time. There are too many gaps. Nothing's complete. Stop focusing on the ones. Look at the zeros. How much of this is data? How much of it is negative space? So I measured it. 0.0833 recurring. Perhaps you'd like that as a fraction. 1 of 12.
Saying right here is that this is 1 of 12. We are part of a larger whole.
Or we're 1 of 12 contestants for the prize.
Why do I have to talk to him?
We're all working together here.
We need to talk to the other sides. We need to help them with what they've gotten from the other heptapod.
2 hours ago, we pulled this audio off a secure channel in Russia. Someone on the science team there was broadcasting wide.
In their final session, the aliens said, "There is no time. Many become one." I fear we have all been given weapons. If anyone is receiving this, please.
There are a lot of ways you can interpret what he said.
I don't need an interpreter to know what this means. Russia just executed one of their own experts to keep their secrets.
Many become one could just be their way of saying some assembly required.
Why? Hand it out to us in pieces. Why not just give it all over?
Well, what better way to force us to work together for once?
And that's what we've been talking about.
Gonna get anybody else to play along and give up their data.
We're all so f***ing disconnected.
Non-zero sum game.
That's what the 12 locations meant.
That's it. Yeah.
9 of the landing sites have gone total comms blackout. It's to get all the other nations online before one starts global war. And there's no way for us to reach them.
Okay, hold on a second. There is.
The Pentagon's convinced our shell will retaliate. My guess is they'll order us to evacuate within the hour.
Look, they're not our enemy. They've made no active aggression toward
at all. We've been tearing ourselves apart.
How do we get you back in that room when it's half a mile straight up?
Go in. Go in. They brought out a small pod to get you. No, they did not. They brought out a pod to grab her. Can't trust the rest of you. They understand. I feel like Ian should go too, but they don't want to hurt her or any of us. And it is like if we could all just work together. Are they gonna be in that with her? They finna be right there. That's creepy though. Even though y'all been cool this whole time, bruh. That's scary. Just don't like advance on me quick, like slowly show yourself to me. That's scary as a f. You look very scary. Abbott is death process. Oh, he's dying? They killed him. That thing hurt him.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
We're sorry. I need you to send a message to the other sites. I don't understand. What is your purpose here?
We help humanity. In 3,000 years, we need humanity's help.
How can you know the future?
They're like 4-dimensional creatures or some type.
I don't understand. Who is this child?
Is that her daughter?
Mommy and Daddy talk to animals.
Wait, she never had a daughter?
No, wait!
I'm f***ing lost as f*** now. In 3,000 years, we need humanity's help. Who is this girl?
I figured out this is too big.
Doesn't matter now. We have orders to evacuate.
That's what I just kept having a feeling about him. I was like, the dad almost sounds like it's him. He is the dad of her child in the future. All the stuff that we've been seeing about her daughter is in the future. So it's almost like the aliens have been talking to her since before they even got here. They had some type of connection to her. Why do they need her to pass this some message across? And why do they need our help in 3,000 years? They end up being together, is what I'm getting out of that as well too.
I don't understand.
Help me, Mama.
That's the future.
Are you gonna leave me like Daddy did?
Oh, Hannah, honey, your daddy didn't leave you. You're gonna see him this weekend.
He doesn't look at me the same way anymore.
I'm lost.
It's my fault. I told him something that he wasn't ready to hear.
What?
Believe it or not, I know something that's going to happen. I can't explain how I know, I just do. And when I told your daddy, he got really mad. And he said I made the wrong choice.
What? What's going to happen?
It has to do with a really rare disease. And it's unstoppable. Kind of like you are. Your swimming. And your poetry and all the other amazing things that you share with the world.
I am unstoppable.
I just realized why my husband left me.
You were married? Oh, they coming down a little bit now, huh? Is she in 2 times at once?
I can read it. I know what it is.
What?
It's not a weapon. It's a gift.
The weapon is their language. They gave it all to us. Do you understand what that means?
So we can learn heptapod if we survive.
It's like the fourth dimension.
You begin to perceive time the way that they do.
Simultaneously.
Time, it isn't the same for them. It's non-linear.
It kind of like what I was saying. Like they're not in one reality. Like they're almost in that whatever the scientific thing is, the fourth dimension, where you live in the past, the future, and the present all simultaneously. And that's why she's seeing different at different times. Like it seems like it's hard to keep up with, but all that's happening to her simultaneously.
We did our best, but it wasn't enough. It was an honor to work with you. Good luck.
I'm gonna find out where we're going.
Because she can understand the gifts, she can revisit her daughter anytime she wants or something.
Dr. Banks. A pleasure.
It's him.
The only reason why I'm here is to meet you in person.
Me? Well, I'm flattered. Thank you.
18 months ago, you did something remarkable. Something not even my superior has done.
What's that?
You changed my mind. You're the reason for this unification.
Of everybody.
Because you reached out to me on my private number.
Your private number, General, I don't know your private number.
Now you know. I do not claim to know how your mind works, but I believe it was important for you.
Oh! It's like some time flip. Like, he had to show her the number now so that she would be able to call him in that whatever time that was back then. Right? Is that what they're trying to say? Or am I off my rocker? And the gift, the weapon being a gift is so that they could unify everybody. So that everybody, the whole planet would have a unification, because the heptapods and stuff, they're going to need our help in the future. And they want us to kind of live like they live. Right? And not live like they live, but just live together amongst each other without a bunch of between us. But yeah, her having to see the number now so that she would have it to be able to make the call? No? I don't know, bro. Don't listen to me, dog. Don't listen to me.
I believe it was important for you to see that.
I called you, didn't I?
I think it is right. I think I'm right.
Yes, you did.
I was right. Now she has his number now. Yo! Because she has his... She finna tell him... Yo! This movie's crazy.
All right, let's shut down the system. Sir?
He gave her the gift to be able to show them.
Come on.
And good on him for making sure he gave her the number.
It's your phone, sir.
Search base camp now. Find out who's using that phone.
What'd I say?
I will never forget what you said.
Hurry! Ask him what you said. Oh, thank you.
You told me my wife's dying words.
将军，您夫人给我托梦的，
妻子的遗愿，你应凭智用
他说你应凭智。
Found the source of the phone call. It's in the clean room.
Y'all are tripping.
来帮助正确视觉。
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Changing someone's mind. Can you buy me 20 seconds? No, trust me. Buy me 20 seconds. You trust me.
Okay.
You trust me.
Aww.
Drop the phone now or we shoot.
真不正确。
Drop it!
Yeah. I'm sorry.
智慧历史。
You are committing an act of treason.
I don't want to cry, but that's so sick.
It's done. I'm done.
Communications blackout from all 12 landing sites continues this evening.
My body has this like sense of like chills and euphoria, like acting perfect moment between her and Ian, and us being idiots trying to stop it, and Abbott, I think it was, or the other one who gave her the gift, and saying the words that only his wife would know to him in that moment. He came all the way there for that, and just like her acting in the moment, the build up of this whole, because I said at the beginning, I was like, we got an hour in and okay, like we finally kind of talking to him, but it was this moment it just feels so earned throughout. Like this moment hit so hard in this movie because they slow watch you. The entire thing has been building up to this moment, and I really felt like a super like it just makes you melt. That was such a great moment. I can see why people say to watch this, because if you don't know what's happening, it's so amazing. Like, this is one of those movies, like, the first time watching it is yeah, like, you can watch it again, but once you know what it is, I won't be able to capture this. I can still feel great, but that feeling that this movie just gave me, only a few movies give that to you, and it's like just melting in euphoria and just like, dude, like, it's a perfect feeling to feel. And we're not even done, so I don't know how it's gonna go from here, but I like how it just, and the underlying message of, you know, just all of us need to come together, stop all fighting, bickering, because the aliens never did to us. Even as we killed one of them, it was almost high-minded. We're only one of 12. Like, it's not about me and it's not about him. Yeah, we have names and this and stuff, but we need y'all's help, and we need y'all to be good. We're going to give you the gift of our language, the gift of this, so y'all can help us in the future. Wasn't even upset about, well, they might have been upset about the death of his comrade, but all he did was they moved themselves higher in the air so the rest of humanity couldn't get to them, and spoke specifically with her. They trusted in her.
China has called an emergency press conference.
General Shang, Commander-in-Chief of the People's Liberation Army, has announced in an emergency press conference,
because we all need to work together.
From both of their landing sites, and
this movie has a message, dude. It challenges the way that you think. Even as silly as challenging the way that you think about what an alien is, or what they would do or want. This movie's gonna make me cry, dude, for real.
So, Hannah, this is where your story begins. The day they departed. Despite knowing the journey and where it leads, I embrace it, and I welcome every moment of it.
H-A-N-N-A-H. Daddy!
She knows what'll happen.
If you could see your whole life from start to finish, would you change things?
Maybe I'd say what I feel more often. I don't know. You know what surprised me the most? It wasn't meeting them. It was meeting you.
I forgot how good it felt to be held by you.
You want to make a baby?
Yes. Yeah.
That was good. That was good. That was powerful. I mean, dude, that was really a really good movie. I'm not gonna even waste the brain power in trying to figure out all the technical ways that it works and all the stuff. Just know that she had a gift. She saved the world with the help of the aliens, and the overall message of us being better to each other. I loved the acting throughout. I loved even the smaller character roles. I like, you know, the other soldiers and stuff, attacking them, what that meant. Like, even on your own side, there are people that if you don't have true faith in whatever you're trying to accomplish or whatever it is, you know, people start f***ing up whatever your mission is, and it can kind of blow up in your face for a little bit. The daughter aspect was so f***ing sweet. I don't know if she was narrating at the beginning, so maybe we weren't watching it in real time. We were listening to her tell the story of what happened that gave her the gift of that moment. So maybe she's not able to, like I said, I don't know scientifically how it works. I'm sure there's all kind of breakdowns and stuff like that I can get into. I'm not gonna act like I want to even start my brain down that path too much. That's probably I'll be talking for 3 hours trying to figure out how this dot connects to this dot and how she knew about this at this time. And I like how she talked to I think his name was whoever she talked to, and gave him that message about his wife that, you know, only he would know that message of what she said. So he shut it all down. You know, the world completely united, and they should make a part 2. What? So I guess even, you know, having the Hannah, and she knew that Hannah was gonna die. If you could see your whole life, would you change anything, or would you just do what you wanted to do? But why did Ian left her? Because he said you made a choice that you could have changed. Like, you knew. I guess that would suck to find out as a parent. Like, you could have, like, we could have not had this from happening, but you knew if we had our daughter, this is what eventually would happen to her. And probably she withheld that from him, of course, right? But like, I mean, she loves you and she would want to experience that stuff with you. I don't know. That's crazy. That's a crazy. I mean, yeah, have a kid and enjoy your life. You just save the planet as much as you can. And maybe because she can live in different states of mind at one time, maybe she can always go back and feel that moment or that connection to her daughter. And I don't know if it was necessarily because she was touching the window with him, or if it was because what Ian said about, you know, as you start to really decode a language, it can kind of reset your mind. So maybe her decoding the language reset her mind to that. I don't want to. It's hard to analyze the movie without going down the hole of how everything connects. I just want to say that this is one of my favorite movies that I have watched. I enjoyed it so much. I hope the reaction itself taught you that, or told you that. I don't really have a lot of words for the conclusion. I would say this movie is a 10 out of 10. The build up, the payoff, the love story that was planted early in the movie, and the seeds are reaped at the end of it. Phenomenal. Patreon, you guys, we'll talk in the comments. Y'all can ask me whatever. We can talk about this movie, but I want to leave it right there for right now, just because what is it to say? This is a masterful movie. Thank you. I appreciate you all, and that's it.